Mhm.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Rock Your Bossitude, conversations with business owners turned CEOs. I am so excited to be celebrating Boss Day. It's almost National Boss Day. We're in the middle of our interview series. And today we're going to talk to somebody that was actually my inspiration for going into being my own business owner. We'll talk about that a little bit of different way. But if I can, let me welcome Thomas Anderson of Potomac Run Development. Welcome, Thomas.
Hello.
I'm so excited to have you here, and I really appreciate the time of you going in and sharing your experiences with bosses. If you'll give me just a minute, I'm going to tell everybody a little bit about you, and then I'll come back and I'll keep asking our questions. Okay?
Okay.
Excellent. So Thomas Anderson is CEO of Potomac Run Development and a serial entrepreneur in the real estate, residential construction, and restoration industries. With over 20 years experience running service-minded businesses and teams, Thomas has kept his focus on serving the homeowners and staying on top of homeowner trends and needs. He had team from day one of being a business owner. Thomas serves as my own inspiration for walking into the business owner journey. After being married to him and watching him build, lead, and grow his businesses, I jumped into the water back in 2011 with my own business. So, yep, let's chat it up with my hubby, Thomas. How are you, babe?
Good, good.
Excellent. I really appreciate you taking the time. I know that you got a lot going on, but I really wanted people to connect with somebody that kind of was thrown into that boss industry at a very early age and didn't really have mentors around to surround them. So I'm really excited to get your perspective and share it with everyone.
Okay.
Let's do this. All right. So tell me about the best boss you ever had.
Well, I haven't had a lot of bosses, but it's going to be kind of weird because I think my best boss I ever had, I guess bosses for me, were, I'd never had a lot of good, I didn't really have good bosses.
Yeah,
If,
that
I did
happens.
have,
I totally understand.
but that doesn't mean that they weren't good. It wasn't good to have a boss to learn from. So the best boss I ever had was a terrible boss, but he was a friend, a dear friend, and I learned how not to run things. Right?
Yeah, I totally get that.
And
So yeah,
that
so
was a friend of mine. His name was Mike Strahl, and he he was my boss for a while. I eventually took over a business that he had and grew it after he passed away. But I learned a lot about how to run a business by doing the opposite of, oh, look, there's Lincoln
yeah, there's
behind
my
me.
son. Yeah, you ever get to see the whole family today.
So, but I learned a lot about it. So he was also a dear friend, so that helps.
That
So
helped you stay in the
I
journey
won't
with
speak
him,
ill of
right?
him.
So thinking back to Mike, what was one of the main things with regard to how he handled his employees? Because knowing what not to do is key. What was something that you were like, nope, never doing that when I'm a boss?
So you I learned that you can't mix so much business with pleasure. You can a little bit, depends, but it's work still needs to get done.
Yeah.
The And he due to certain vices of his, didn't really care about that. He was more fun was more important than the work,
Yeah.
and then he would just wonder why the company didn't have any money.
Again,
Anyway, we
lessons in
didn't
how
have money.
not to
Yeah.
boss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So I agree. I agree. Learning what not to do, I think actually spurs a lot of business owners into stepping out on their own and being willing to take that bold step into being a boss with team under them. So it's an excellent point that sometimes we learn, from the person on, yep, not doing that, taking the list and checking off the things we're not going to do when it's our turn, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Excellent. So tell me, I was saying in your intro that, the very first business you decided to be an owner required you to have team right away. So as your own business owner, when you first started out, what's something you wish you knew about being a boss before you became a boss?
So it would probably have been how to do. it took me too long to figure out how to hire people that I liked. So I probably learned that was a bad habit to learn from Mike. Was, hey, this is a good guy. He's a great guy to hang out with, and so you can go ahead and work for me. And then it gets awkward because they're not doing that great of work, and then you're trying to figure, how do we break up. So that's one thing I would say that I should have learned. It's funny because I gave Mike credit for teaching me that, but I guess I still had to learn it myself. So
to try to walk the path and be like, oh, that's why that didn't work. Yeah, no, that's awesome. I appreciate you sharing that, being so honest about that. It really, I think people, we want to shortcut that hiring process so that we can build trust quickly. And we know we trust our friends, but it's a different role when we bring them in to meet the needs of the business. So that's a common lesson that I think a lot of bosses out there can relate to. We've hired our friends and we're like, now how do I break off this situation while trying to save the friendship? And oftentimes it can't be done, right?
Yeah, I guess one of the problems I always had, and I might even still have it, is I keep thinking that people think the way I do. Like I've worked for people, but I always treated it like it was my company. And so when, like, I was like, bottom line, I wanted to make sure that the company made money, because that was just in my nature. Like I was thinking like an owner.
Yeah.
Even your best buddy who you hire doesn't, the chances he or she thinks that way are not as likely.
I agree. I agree.
They did,
yeah. No, that's awesome. I appreciate that. So okay. So now that we're going to fast forward from your lessons many moons ago. We won't count moons, but many moons ago. And now today, right, as a thriving business owner, several businesses getting ready to launch a new restoration business. I see you going out and being really thoughtful about who you're bringing into the new company and how you're going to, you're convinced that you're out recruiting people and that, it's okay if you haven't decided you're in. I know you're in. I'm going to keep coming after you, which I love. I think that's very admirable when you've seen somebody that's value go after. But where you are today as a boss with the team that you're working with and the guys that you work with on a regular basis, what's the best part of being a boss with a team under you?
So the best part is just seeing the fruits of it. Like so if you can accomplish when you've got the team just doing when you've got it dialed in, it's really nice. It's like you're like, wow, I didn't have to do anything today regarding this project because everybody did what they were supposed to. Yeah. So that's probably the best part.
I think that I agree. When everybody's,
it frees me up to do more stuff.
Yeah, exactly. To grow the business and to keep going and keep building things. So I think that's the big aha that most bosses, once they've got that right team, get to go, oh, this is why I struggled with the people side of things for so long, because it was worth learning the lesson of getting the right people on the team. So I appreciate you sharing that, Thomas. That's super great. And again, I'm very sincere in the fact that watching you, always working with team and making sure to prioritize them and be thoughtful about them was a big inspiration for me to go out and, create my own business. And so I want to thank you very much. If people want to connect with you, how would they best connect with you?
So I guess they could email me at thomas@potomacrundev.com.
That'd be great.
Or they can look at my LinkedIn.
Message you there.
I've been told that my LinkedIn needs to be updated.
I wonder who would have said that. I don't know.
But so maybe they shouldn't be in a super hurry to look at my LinkedIn.
I love that. Well, Thomas, I really appreciate your honesty, sharing your journey, and just getting out there and keeping, I think people forget that bosses, we're building jobs for other people. We're giving them incentive and security and opportunity. And you've been doing it for such a long time. I really love how you rock your Bossitude. Thanks so much for being here with me.
No, well, thanks for interviewing me. I appreciate it.
Excellent. And all of you out there, remember, right? We all have done the hard thing. We've hired the friends. We've made the mistakes. It's all part of it. Tomorrow, we're dropping the top 5 characteristics of a great boss. Yeah. Instead of an interview, I'm just going to share some major details with you. This is all collected from employees. So I'm going to tell you what your employees want from you to be able to understand if you're a great boss, and you will be surprised at how many things you probably are already doing and how easy it is to make a change for the things that you really want so that your team will build your business for you. All right. Thanks again, Thomas, for being here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Check out rockyourbossitude.com if you missed any parts of the interview series yet this week. I'm so excited. Happy National Boss Day. That's tomorrow, October 16th. And until then, boss on.